The SAA team is playing Zimbabwe tomorrow in South Africa, and this is honestly not spoken about enough. This is going to be a very good game. The Zimbabwe Sables have qualified for the 2027 World Cup in Australia, and they are no joke. They've beaten teams like Kenya, they've beaten teams like Namibia as well, and we know these teams have really good players in them. There's a lot of players that do play at the highest level of club rugby as well in the Zimbabwe Sables team, and this SAA team is just such an exciting team. I've seen a lot of people saying in the comments as well, they are more excited for the SAA team's game this weekend than they are for the Springboks game, because it's got so many under 20, so many younger stars and future stars of the game as well. So in this video, I'm going to be giving my preview and my prediction for this game and just going over some of the team sheets and what I think is going to happen in this game. But if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I appreciate all the support, and I will be covering the Nations Championship as well as the Nations Cup as well. So there will be previews and predictions for the Nations Cup as well. So if you are a Zimbabwe Sables fan, welcome to the channel. If you do enjoy the content, subscribe, hit the subscribe button and stick around. It's going to be very fun. So looking at the team selected here, I'll start off with the SAA team just because I've gone over it once before. They've gone for Bohan Venter, Sipisetu Mnebelele, Neertling Forsier, Vincent Chichuka as captain at number 4, Ruben van Heerden, Emmanuel Chichuka, Bartosz Lekani, Pepsi Buthelezi, and the backline they've gone for Hashim Peed, Yakin Ahmed, Zekatelo Siaya, Lucanio Marcus Miller, Yaku Williams, Luan Gilumi at number 15, and on the bench they've gone for Liam van Wyk, Ollie Reed, Henry Jacobs, Andre Smith, Siba Mahashe, Niku Steyn, Imad Khan, and Jorenzo Julius. So that is honestly such an exciting team. And I was saying as well in some of the other social medias I have, like the TikTok I have. So if you do have a TikTok account as well, go follow that. It is in the bio of my channel. But I've been saying that this team right here, I would love to see this SAA team playing against the current Springbok team. I think it would be such a fun game to watch, with a lot of guys trying to put their hands up for an international call-up, and those guys from the Springboks that are maybe in their older years trying to play and keep their place before the 2027 World Cup, with that chance of going back to back to back, the three-peat, the three-peat that's never happened before in international rugby at the World Cup. So there's a lot of players in these squads that want to be a part of that squad next year, and I think there's probably going to be a few changes this year in the experienced players in the Springbok, as well as some younger guys coming through and maybe becoming full-time starters as well. But just looking at some of the players I'm probably the most excited to see from this SAA team, I'll just go through it. First of all, you can't look past number 2, Sipisetu Mnebelele. This guy is absolutely special. He is still part of the under-20s this year. Now, he hasn't been playing for the Rugby Championship and the International Series before the Under-20 World Championship, but he is now officially back from injury, and this guy is definitely one to watch. He has it. He just has that kind of style of rugby that suits the international stage, that suits the kind of senior level of rugby. He's good at line-out time, he's good at scrum time, and he is very good around the park. So Sipisetu Mnebelele is definitely one to watch, and this is a very good way for him to just get some good game time before heading to the Under-20 World Championship in a week's time. So that's going to be absolutely awesome for some of these players. Some of the other guys I'm also very excited to see, of course, the captain Vincent Chichuka. He's been absolutely incredible for the Sharks this year, especially at line-out time, which is why I'm not surprised to see him in the lock position as well, especially if you think about all the locks that are injured right now currently for the main Springbok side. Then looking at that loose trio, Emmanuel Chichuka, Bartosz Lekani, and Pepsi Buthelezi. I think the one that really stands out to me there is Bartosz Lekani. He is still only 21 years old. He was a part of the under-20 team last year that won that under-20 World Cup, and he is definitely one to watch for the future. He is a huge human being, and I think he will go out there trying to dominate Zimbabwe this week on the field. But it's not going to be easy. That Zimbabwe forward pack has some very good professional rugby players as well. Then, of course, in the backline, that 9-10 combination is definitely one to watch. Hashim Peed, a lot of people saying he deserved more game time at the Lions this year. I think he was given just the right amount of game time this year at the Lions. He's still a young guy. He was only part of the under-20s last year. And I think a scrum-half position, it is one of those positions that you just have to manage those players quite well, especially at this level, so they can keep learning every single week. But in this game, he's being chucked into the deep end alongside under-20 fly-half Yakin Ahmed. And if you haven't really realized just how good the under-20s are this year, there's 2 under-20 fly-offs playing this weekend. Yakin Ahmed starting for the SAA team, being given the keys for this team to be the playmaker, and Vusi Moyo on the bench for the actual Springbok team this weekend. So both these guys have such a big future in rugby, and I honestly do believe if this guy's going to be such a big player for the Stormers one day, they might have to shuffle around a few positions there. Can you imagine him at 10 with Sasha and Ngomazulu at 12 for the Stormers in the future, or vice versa, Sasha and Ngomazulu at 10 with him at 12? I can see it happening. He has that kind of potential to just go really far in international rugby one day. So I'm extremely excited for this number 9 and 10 combination tomorrow. But looking at the backline, you can't look further than the number 11 position, Zeketelo Siyaya. Only 19. I don't even know if he's 19 years old yet. I think he's still 18 years old. I think he's one of the younger guys in the team, if not the youngest guy in this team currently. He is currently under 19 this year, and he is currently part of the under 20 World Cup team as well. He is definitely one to watch. He made his debut for the URC this year. He's played fullback, he's played wing, he's played fly half, he's played all over. In this game, he's on the wing, and I do believe if he is to get a Springbok debut this year, I honestly do believe it will be on the wing, because I just think guys like Apelele Fassi and Damian Willemse will be given the keys in the number 15 jersey this year, a year out from the World Cup. But I honestly do believe Zeketelo Siyaya will get a lot of game time this year, whether it's for the Springboks, whether it's for the Sharks in the Currie Cup, also for the under 20 Springboks. He is one to watch, and he is one of the brightest future stars, especially from last year's matric class. He is one of the brightest stars in the future of rugby. Keep an eye out for him, as well as number 13 Marcus Miller. Also was in high school last year. I think those two guys, it's very good for them and the likes of Sipasetu and Mlebelele to get game time before the under 20 World Championship starts in a week or a week and a half's time. It's very crucial that these guys get some game time together to just get up to the speed of things, because the under 20s have been playing a lot of rugby recently. So Marcus Miller at number 13, I'm so excited to see this guy play, because he is one of those guys. He was probably the best player from last year's high school group of players. I think him, Zeketelo Siyaya, and Ethan Adams were the best three guys from high school last year. But what makes Marcus Miller so special is he does the basics so well, and he just looks like his game will translate very well to the senior level of rugby. They're looking at the bench as well. Oliver Reed, Liam van Wyk, Henry Jacobs, Andre Smith, Siba Mahashe, Niku Steyn, Imad Khan, and Dorenzo Julius. I think the big name there that really stands out is Dorenzo Julius. He's been one of the most spoken about youngsters in world rugby for the last few years now. It's good to see him get an opportunity, and I'd like to see him in the centres next to Marcus Miller. Would be really fun. So some really exciting players for the SAA team this week. But we have to head over to the Zimbabwe Sables team. I am so excited to see the Zimbabwe Sables team play, and for me, as a Springbok fan, I will 100% be supporting the Zimbabwe Sables at next year's World Cup. And I think if you are a Springbok fan, you should probably do the same thing, because there's a lot of guys there that play in South Africa, that went to high school in South Africa, and I think Zimbabwe and South Africa, when it comes to rugby, have a very close relationship, and there's some really good players in this team, some youngsters as well, which I'm very excited to see. So going over some of the names here, some of these names I am reading for the first time, so please, if you are a Zimbabwean fan or just know these names, help me out in the comments with some of these pronunciations. I can already see one, number 4, that looks very difficult, but let's go right into it. At number 1, they've gone for Victor Mapunga. Number 2, Simba Mandioma. Number 3, Bonwell Gwinji. Number 4, Kudakwashe Inyaka Faringwa. Yeah, that was actually a pretty easy saying. He's also a very good player. Number 5, Gary Porter. We all know Gary Porter. He's been at the Stormers for the last few seasons. Number 6, Simbarashe Siraha. Number 7, Dylan Utete. And number 8, Tino Mavasere. We all know Tino Mavasere. He's been playing incredibly well for the Sharks. Maybe not given as much game time as I would have liked from him, but he is definitely one to watch. And I think he'll be one of those guys at the World Cup next year that will probably be given a massive contract overseas, because he is one of those guys, one of the better loose forwards in the world currently in club rugby. Just very underrated as well. Number 9 and captain, Hilton Mudariki. He is the captain, so he has to lead from the front there, from the number 9 jersey. Number 10, Bruce Houston. Bruce Houston at number 10, I remember that name as well. A lot of these names are coming back to me. I've heard them a lot of times before, and I haven't really been too sure where these names have been in the last few years. But number 9 and 10 there for the Zimbabwe Sables will be very good and ones to watch, because I know for a fact, playing with a lot of the youngsters that have been part of the under-20 Zimbabwe teams as well, when it comes to number 9 and 10, they have some incredible players in their ranks. So these guys making the actual team to play, they have to be very good. Number 11, Edward Suguwake. I think he played for the FNB Emirates in the Varsity Cup this year. I think that is him. If it is him, he is definitely one to watch in this year's game. He is a phenomenal player, and I think he'll go far in pro rugby as well. He is currently playing his rugby in Durban, so hopefully the Sharks can keep him in Durban for the foreseeable future. Number 12 and vice captain, Kudzai Mashawi. And number 13, Brandon Mudza Kenyezi. I mean, that's a big name there as well. Number 14, Trevor Goodway. And number 15, we all know this guy, Tapiwe Mafura. Been playing his rugby for the Cheetahs as well. There's some really good players in the starting lineup for Zimbabwe. And I have to say it, this is not going to be a pushover game for the SAA team. I do expect the SAA team to win quite comfortably, but I don't think it's going to be very easy early on in the game as well, especially with the players I'm seeing right here. There's a lot of good professional players here, and I do, just judging by this, and I know this isn't even the full strength team that they are going to be taking to the World Cup next year, that they are probably are going to shock a lot of fans at the Rugby World Cup next year in Australia. Now looking at the bench, you have Liam Larkin, TJ Fisser, Michael Kumbarai, Daniel Cook, Tida Wanashe Guashu, Aidan Burnett, Keegan Ubad, and Dion Kumalo. So some really good players in the bench there as well. So honestly, a lot of these players I have heard of before, and I've seen them play in professional rugby. So I'm actually quite shocked reading it for the first time with some of the players they have on their team sheet. And this probably makes me more excited for the SAA team's game versus Zimbabwe tomorrow than it does for the Springboks versus Barbarians game. That's just me. Some young players from South Africa, some experienced players as well, players fighting for a Springbok opportunity versus this Zimbabwe Sables team with a lot of potential that really wants to make a mark on the international stage as well. So personally, I'm extremely excited for this game. But what can we expect from the Zimbabwe Sables tomorrow? Well, I think the one thing from what I've seen from the highlights as well, a very well-structured, disciplined team that does take the opportunities and can spread the ball wide and can be very, very potent with ball in hand. The one thing with the Zimbabwe team, they have so much pace in the forwards and the backs as well. They do have a physical team. I don't know if they'll be able to hang with the SAA team physically, but when it comes to the backline, there's some absolute speedsters there. And guys like Tino Mavasere as well in the forward pack, be careful for those guys because they can tear a game open if they really need to. So me personally, I'm very excited for this game, but my prediction for the game is I think SAA team is going to win this game quite comfortably. I just think they've got a bit more game time together, a lot more combinations, have played together before at professional level. This is a very good opportunity for the Zimbabwe Sables to get some more game time together before the World Cup next year. And I think the Nations Cup as well is going to be absolutely brilliant for this team. I think they're playing, I think it was USA and Canada or Chile. I'm going to have to go through those kind of games again, but I will be doing a preview for that, so stay tuned for that. There's going to be a lot more content coming out for that, but I've got the SAA team winning by quite a healthy margin, but don't be surprised if the Zimbabwe Sables team scores some brilliant tries tomorrow. But let me know what you think down below in the comments of the team selected. What are your predictions? Please let me know in the comments down below. I appreciate all the comments, I appreciate all the support, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.